Hello, this is a short video about how to cite your sources. We'll learn how to cite your sources in APA 7th edition in your reference list and also in the text of your paper for your presentation. So while you can and should get the automatically generated citations from databases, citation generators, or software like Zotero, there's sometimes information missing in your citations or the format is incorrect. So this is why it's good for you to know the format so you can create citations yourself or correct the ones you already have whenever you need to. Citing your sources is important because you want to give credit to the authors or creators of the work. You also want to make sure you're using the best available evidence to support your claims or your patient recommendations. And finally, citation formats are essentially a format that enables others to quickly see what type of source you're citing and to quickly find it themselves. So in this example, I can tell the first source is a journal article just by the citation format, and I have all of the information I need to find it myself. In APA format, all the sources that you cite in your paper or presentation must appear in your reference list. Conversely, you should not have any sources in your reference list that are not cited in the text of your paper or your presentation. So in the in-text citations in your paper, refer to the full text citations in your reference list. Here are some of excellent sources to help you cite. So I find the quick guide very helpful because it has many examples listed concisely. You can find the link to these sources on the Citation Zotero page of the Optometry Resources Guide. Additionally, you can see how to set up and use Zotero to automatically capture your citations from websites, organize and store them and create in-text and reference list citations in nearly any format. So your reference list is listed alphabetically and it has a hanging indent. This means that the first line of each citation is not indented, but the following lines are. Here is the format for a journal article. The author's names are listed as last, comma, first initial, period. If there's more than one author, it's followed by the other authors, and there is an ampersand before the last author. The publication year is in parentheses followed by a period. The title of the article, not the journal, but the article title, is in sentence case. And sentence case means that the first word of the title and the first word of the subtitle are capitalized in addition to any proper nouns. In this example, efficacy is capitalized and then A is capitalized since it's the first word of the subtitle. Next, the journal title and volume number are in italics. The journal title is in title case, and title case means that all words are capitalized except for prepositions, conjunctions, and articles under 5 letters in length. In this example, we see the journal title is Cornea, followed by a comma and the volume number 38 in italics. Then we have the issue number in parentheses, and it's not italicized. Then we have another comma followed by the page range. In this case, 565 to 573 followed by a period. Finally, we have the DOI, or Digital Object Identifier, as a URL. The DOI is a unique identifier for this article and will always bring people to the article. It is the number starting 10.1097 / ICO. So it's that number. And to make DOIs into a URL, if they're not already in URL format, all you have to do is add to the beginning of it, https://doi.org/. So you just kind of add that right in front of the DOI number. And to check that it works, you just paste that URL that you just made into your web browser, and it should bring you to the journal article. So just do that before to check it. You should be able to find the DOI on the article itself, and if an article doesn't have a DOI for some reason, you can use the article's URL. To cite an article in the text of the paper, you need the author's last name. So these are in-text citations. You need the author's last name, the publication number, and then if you're quoting directly, you're making a direct quotation using quotation marks, using the author's exact words, you also need a page number. So when there are two authors, you'll write the authors, or more than two authors, you write the author's last name, the first author's last name, followed by et al. So here's how to cite an ebook that has no page numbers. This book also has two editors instead of authors, and it's the 7th edition. So after the author's name, write in parentheses eds period. The book's title is in sentence case and italics. After the title, but before the period, write, and then in parentheses 7th ed period. The edition is not in italics. And next, write the name of the publisher and the DOI or URL of the book. So when citing in text, or for your in-text citations, since you have two authors or two editors in this case, you write their last names connected by an ampersand. So Bagheri and Wajda, followed by the publication year. There are no page numbers, so you would omit those even if you're quoting directly. Finally, when you cite a website, look for the author. In this case, there's no individual author, but rather the author would be the American Optometric Association. There is no publication date or copyright listed anywhere on the page, so we write N period, D period in parentheses for the publication date. The page title is in sentence case and italics. So the page title is generally whatever is written in the top center of the page. If there is a website name, you would write it next. In this case, we put the AOA as the author, so I'm omitting it from the website name location because we don't need it twice. Then you put the URL. For the in-text citation, you have the author's last name or whatever you wrote for the author. So we would write American Optometric Association here. Then we would write N period, D period, so since we don't have a date. And then if you were quoting directly, we could write the paragraph number that we're quoting from as para and then the number. There are so many unique circumstances that you'll run across when citing sources. I always find the answers by Googling them. And when Googling your question, include the following information. So the citation format, the type of source, the unique characteristics that you have a question about. So if you wanted to know how to cite a website with no publication date in APA 7th edition, you could Google APA 7th website, no date, and you'd probably find a good source of information. When citing sources in the text of your paper in APA format, you should almost always summarize or paraphrase the information. You almost never use direct quotes. APA directs that you should only use direct quotes when it would be especially impactful to do so, so you'll almost never use them. You can see in this example that there are many citations and no direct quotes. When citing in text and summarizing or paraphrasing, you can quote at the end of the sentence, and or you can cite at the end of the sentence as shown in this example. So you can also elect to incorporate the citation into the text of your sentence. So you'll always have it in this format where the author's last name will be part of the sentence followed by the year in parentheses. When quoting, you'll put quotation marks around the quote and then put the citation after the quotes, but before the period. You can also incorporate the citation into the text of the sentence by referring to the author, followed by the year in parentheses, and then a comma, followed by the quote in quotation marks, followed by the page number written as P period, and then the number in parentheses, and then followed by a period. So remember to contact me or the library help options with any questions or to work through any steps of the research process.